Mental link, sound and vision, derelict, deserted, frontal lobes, emotional states, misrest, school, psychoanalysis, text, codes, identity, illuminati, speech state, characters, activity, annuity, poison, ABC, couple, randomity, ultimate reality, parallel dimension, democracy, freedom, propaganda, shadow government, elite, control, destiny, society, court, house, agenda, condition, documents, signal, eclipse, suppression, forces, big brother, domain, dominant, face, deep thought, divine consciousness, energy, bridge, confusion, trade, connection, action, flux, wealth, recognize, reconsider, status, manipulation, attention, wage slave, hierarchy, voice, collective consciousness, mainstream education, responsibility, corruption, contrivance, revelation, covert operation, schemes, cover-ups, disinformation, misinformation, denial, deceit, honesty, spiritual consciousness, feminist, castration, unity, masculine, order, maintaining, motives, behaviours, attitude, emotion, enslavement, manipulating, loyalty, experience, transcend, awakening, vision, alternate states, recognize, neutral, balance, indoctrination, internal knowledge, material, infiltration, learn, monitored, acknowledgement, within, apex, shines, sanitized, rest, capitalism, alienation, initiation, reimagining, ball, core fruit, magnetic field, layering, geometry, arachnid memory, quintessence, sixth sense, image, word, reincarnation, creation, mind, vessel, matrix, worlds within worlds, transformation, caterpillar, chrysalis, butterfly, de-evolve, seed, iterate, itinerary, id. Speculum, take a look, open up, wide, to receive. Go forth without fear, for we are all trapped in isotrophobia. Yes, there is another world within the mirror watching, always. Turn and face it. That icy subject of life and death demands recognition. There is something under, within the ice, locked in, icebound, buried, undead, attracted to you. As energy you flicker like light in its dark abode. It seeks and finds. Those mirror walkers of old who travel via the point of reflection, under the influence of the eye of the beholder. Other entities reach out like comets in the cold vastness of space-time. Consciousness is an episode of panspermia protruding into living reality, solidifying possibilities, or what is commonly known as the multiverse, is in a constant state of flux, continually becoming unstable in its efforts to establish or express a thing. For a thing is a something in the everything of no thing.
Remember.
Was your daddy there? Try and remember.
I don't remember anything.
When was the last time you were with your daddy?
The human body is almost entirely comprised of water. Water is a medium. Like the water cycle, we transmute solid ice, liquid water, steaming misty gas. In our speechless wonder of the in-between states, we gain a deeper understanding beyond the language of a particular discourse or perspective. For to discourse is to run back and forth at length in different directions. While this is very good exercise and on many levels essential practice, in time the need for an exorcism from the symptoms of being caught up and possessed by organised hierarchy becomes tantamount. To become cleansed and free from any imperialism of knowledge, or the knowledge of imperialism. A paradigm shift in our understanding of all things from a one-size-fits-all networking of events to a multiversal holistic approach, open-minded. Speculum, look again. Penetrate the surface of that dimensional schism. Enter the circle, mentally intrude. Exit the baggage of the past life. It is but a shifting paradigm. Frozen moments of memory, action processed and absorbed. A pacified intervention continues the flow, avoiding stagnation in its journey towards the ultimate that is evaporation. The astral plane awaits. Rebirth, born anew. Be ready for when the waters break. It's twilight in the underworld. The underworld is the subworld beneath the surface of the earth, our vessel, the place we must go before we can transcend to a higher plane. Our subconscious has many counterparts that attack and defend. The adversary within becomes the adversary without. Ghosts in the darkness, the domain of the moon. Watch out, the battle can get out of hand. Confusion is the root of war. The power of consciousness is an active force of becoming vigilant while falling asleep, passive. The power of the subconscious is in the letting go of surrender, letting the creative urge of the imagination become the receiver of dreams. The tree of life, with its many branches, favours transitional phases and seasonal changes. Its fruit thrives on its radical will to sustain creation's balance. Its interest lies in the interplay between internal and external processes that exist simultaneously and reflect one another, as above so below. The unification of opposites. Spinal watchtowers await the rising sun. With their third eye speculative gaze, they observe and they seek out the cardinal points of the heart math. Positive peak, protrusion without. Negative dip, intrusion within. By our solid nature, we are bipedal beings, the left and the right, the sinister and the dexter. By our liquid nature, we are bisexual beings, female and male, the in and the hang, the subject and the object. By our gaseous nature, we are bipolar beings, up and out, down and out, up and in, down and in, electromagnetic, everywhere and nowhere, beginning and end, a circle, a spiral. The hypnagogic terrain and the hypnopompic terrain meet at the gate. Becoming neutral in their sexual union, they open the portal of zero, the black hole of birth, rebirth, death, redeath, the infinite singularity, part and whole, order and chaos, cosmic and quantum, micro and macro, the exoteric and the esoteric, secrets revealed, darkness illuminated. The experience of the shining ones corresponds to orgone energy, that latent power in the thalamus, orchestrated by the synchronized oils of the pineal and pituitary glands. The slow build-up as of waves towards climax, excited, quickened, ecstatic in its trance. Tumefacient, anima, inanimate, awake in its sleep, anointed, transcendental potential. The unconscious centre of the earth, of matter, is the superconscious centre of the multiverse. It is the androgynous quantum state. The nuclear fire, the fall of man and woman, which seemingly cannot be tamed, is the story of alchemy. The transformation of base metals into gold. The wings of the phoenix rising from its ashes in cinders continues on its quest to prevent future cataclysms and catastrophe. Understanding the beast is the secret of the lion heart.
The kingdom of God is inside you and all around you, not in mansions of wood and stone.
kingdom of God is inside you, all around you, not in buildings of wood and stone, spirit of peace and right there.
These are the hidden sayings that the living Jesus spoke. Whoever discovers the meaning of these sayings will not taste death.
Our lives are but psychomantiums, rooms and halls of mirrors, reflections on water. Making contact with the unknown on the other side, losing and gaining gnosis. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, just passed on, relayed. Dear one and all in one. We are a species with amnesia. Remember, wake up, recall our true potential. The speculum shine of the butterfly's wings results from the struggle to resolve the vicious lies of self-interest that patriarchy enhances through its image, and thus regaining focus from the diversion of its illusions. The disconnect of deceit blows all out of proportion through distortion. Our forefathers became lost when they confused control with strength. Such one-dimensional hypocrisy does not serve the child of the people, the child of the work. Forever passed on through a broken system, the mind follows, sculptured by a hidden hand, manipulated and set on a course of empty tonality. Hardwired in the furnace of substituted inverted energy, combustion, inflation, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, led to the path of lead but meant for golden meanings, Saturn to solar. Are we continually in the process of mastering our own lives? The strength of the father is in the composition of the mother, and likewise, the strength of the mother, airbrushed out of history, is in the composition of the father. To understand, to get her, together again. We are at our most harmonious when we understand and experience love, the corona of the eclipse. The child, within and without, learns balance, and thus learns to share, the bowl-like torus energy magnetic field. For currency flows, economy is free, potential is infinite. The tree of life is stunted when it is branded like a commodity chain and cordoned off through such stagnant pain. To abandon and leave false paradigms crowns new ones. Solid, liquid, gas, plasma, like the sun, the fourth state of water, regenerative light body. To portray the condition of the land, the condition of the sea, in matters of matter, in the spirit of spirit, towards the vertex of the vertical, in comes the horizon of the horizontal, chasing the sun chasing shadows, forming a bridge, like the one-armed arc half-circle reaches. Landscape or portrait, personifications of subtle energies, to portray the myriad personalities we face to console our condition at the basic basis of reality. We climb the heights of our hopes and tilt our balance diagonal. In our fears and desires we frame our moments. Is the surface matte or glossy? Are the depths dull or shiny? We reflect on its reflections. We are here and there, nowhere now here. Nature in all its purity recalls the rough and the smooth, for the textures are the formations that pick up and give away the storylines of shadows and light. Identify yourself in and as its source, for we all build up the picture and connect through a shared vision from beyond. How we spend our energy, our time-space on that dream, called life, determines all the dimensions, and us as artists, as creative and or destructive practitioners, reflectors and projectors, depending on our point of view, where we aim or find our view, and how we view. It's a question of what perspective does our perception take and make within and without the confines of the frame. Where are we anchored? Where are we destined? Do we give and take care of this delicate unfolding, bonded to a matrix of a transformative medium? The soul takes flight afoot as it masters its journey afar, learning the vital importance of treating all living things, animate or inanimate, with love, respect and understanding. The spectrum frequency of enlightenment, particle and hologrammatic. The collective individing jewel of 1 is 2 is 3 is 1. Yours faithfully, sincerely and true, spirit level.